My name is Jennifer Frey, and I'm a philosopher here at the University of South Carolina. We are investigating the interrelations between the concepts of virtue, happiness, and meaning in human life. And our sort of big idea is that self-transcendence is the key to understanding how these seemingly unconnected concepts are actually deeply related to one another. When we think of self-transcendence, we can think of spiritual practices where the person is oriented towards the transcendent, but there are also many secular goods that we would consider self-transcendent. So, for instance, one of the things that one of our psychologists is working on is this concept of generativity. So generativity, or generative acts, are acts that are done on behalf of future generations. So a good example of a generative activity would be philanthropy. So giving a lot of your money to some institution. For instance, many alumni give quite a bit of money to the University of South Carolina. That's going to count as a generative act. Now, when you give away that money, you don't necessarily believe that you're going to receive any benefits personally. You're just paying it forward, as it were, to future generations. And acts like this are typically done out of a sense of gratitude, right? Gratitude for what the institution has done for you, but maybe also a sense of love for it and wanting the institution to be there in similar ways for people that you don't know at all, but that you hope will have similar positive experiences, such as the one that you had. That would be a classic example of acting in a way that promotes self-transcendence. So when psychologists try to measure this sort of thing, they find that people who score highly on their kind of self-transcendent scales are people who are less depressed, have kind of more stable and fulfilling lives. They have a deeper sense of purpose. And so we're trying to build on that research, that data that's already there, and do some more conceptual work trying to show that philosophers and theologians ought to be paying more attention to this idea of self-transcendence.